All right. Welcome back to Unspoken Balkans. We have a guest named Marissa, right? Am I pronouncing correctly?
Yeah, Murisa in
Marisa.
Bosnian, but
Oh,
it's
yes, we
Marissa.
use that R. Marisa. I love it. Yes. Yep. And she also has her own set of a podcast. Do you want to give them an idea of what that looks like?
Yeah,
Let them know.
yeah. So I have a YouTube channel called Marissa Stories. I share a lot of my own personal history with mental health, my own experience with what I've been through in my own life, and being a Bosnian diaspora living in the United States.
There you go. I love it. Well, thank you for hopping on here and being willing to do this podcast. Because
I'm
I
so
know
happy.
it's not the most easiest things to talk about, but we'll get through it. I think. I think we'll be okay. I
I
want
think
to start with some light-hearted things. So there's just like a list of questions. We're gonna go over a little bit of everything, and you can answer as short or as long as you like. Because if you don't feel comfortable, then we'll just move on. Let's start with, did your parents ever say, what will the neighbors think?
Ooh, girl, didn't we hear this all the time? This is one of those, like, you do something wrong that was not part of their unwritten rules,
Mhm.
and it was, as soon as you did something that was not part of their unwritten rules, it was one of those things like, what will they say? And
Mhm.
who's they anyway? Like,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
which
Like,
neighbors? Like,
right.
which neighbors exactly you're talking about, and what
Right.
exactly are they going to say?
Exactly. And do you actually mean neighbors, or do you mean like people you knew in family?
Yeah.
You couldn't really differentiate the two, it seems.
No,
No.
ridiculous.
Now,
Ridiculous standards.
100%. Did you ever feel like that changed? Because from what I'm assuming you were born and raised in Bosnia.
I
Is
was
that right?
born in Bosnia. I was 5 when we left Bosnia.
Okay, okay, that's a big deal. And you moved straight to the States.
No, I lived in Germany for 6 or 7 years. I don't even know how long. And then I was 11. So I lived in Germany for 6 years. And then I came to the States at 11, turned 12 like a week later.
Holy moly. So, did that like phrase of what will the neighbors say ever change as you move to like country to country?
I heard it more here. Like, I don't really
Really?
remember hearing it a lot, like, when I was little. I heard
Uh-huh.
it more like as a preteen, again,
Okay.
teen years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, as basically as soon as you could understand what that meant, they started saying it more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
fun stuff. Makes
Mm-hmm. As soon
sense.
as I understood the rules.
Uh-huh. Yep, yep. Where we had like 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
That kind of segues into like what types of rules did you grow up with?
Oof. Oh, man. So many. And honestly, like, I don't even know what they were, because they were just pop out of nowhere. It was like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. But, like, I don't even
Right.
know where those rules would stem from,
Yeah.
honestly. Like the other day, I made a little TikTok about you can't laugh. Like, my friend's mom would be like, "You're not allowed to laugh." I have no idea where that came from.
Right.
Or
Why?
like, you're not allowed to go hang out where at the park if there's boys there.
Yeah.
How
Why?
the heck am I supposed to be able to, like, how do I know if there's going to be boys there? First of all, like, how,
Right.
and I want to go to play at the park. How am I
Literally.
supposed to be able to do that? I
Right.
can't
You're not
I can't tell
psychic.
those boys not to go to that park. So how are you
Right.
supposed to forbid me to go there? So I don't know. There were these stupid rules that existed, but I don't understand how they got made, and we broke a lot of them.
It's like we grew up having to at that point because there were so
Honestly.
many of them. You couldn't help but not want to.
Yeah,
Or at
you had
least,
no choice. You had to
yeah,
live.
literally. And especially, I don't know if you felt like that much different in Germany and America, or did you when it came to those kinds of rules?
I feel like my life story was so different living in Germany compared to living in the United States, that, like, my parents and the way that they parented was very
Mhm.
different in Germany versus here.
Interesting.
So I feel like a lot of that
Mhm.
started more when we came here. Like, any of the rules, all of the, honestly, any parenting in
Yeah.
general
Oh my
probably
gosh.
started here. So, like, And we'll get into some of that a lot in some of the later questions too, I'm sure. But yeah, like a lot of emotional detachment. So yeah, a lot of arbitrary rules.
That never made sense. I feel like they just loved rules. That's fine. It's fine. What about, did your family have like, these are like lighter hearted questions, but like house slipper rules? Was that also a big deal in your house? Like no shoes, no matter what?
Yeah, that was definitely a rule. No shoes, no matter what. That was a rule in our house.
Same.
My mom hated when we didn't even wear socks. Like she
Oh,
hated us being barefoot. And then we also had a thing at my uncle's house, my digest house. We were not allowed to be slipperless. Like they had slippers for everyone. Like you're not allowed to
everybody.
be barefoot all the
They,
time.
oh, how
Like
does, how
shoes
do they,
off, slippers on. That was it.
that's more strict. Okay. I
Oh, and
didn't
he was very, and
even,
he was that's a very strict household. So that was like, that's a
big
very
deal.
strict household. But yes,
Oh my
that
God.
my house was not like that. So definitely very different. But yes, we were not allowed to wear shoes, and that's still a rule in our house now. Like we're in my house, but that's like I feel like it's just gross to not like
Yes.
take your shoes off.
Yeah. Yes. Like we make that rule out of like a cleanliness reason. But like
Yeah.
I never heard a rule for the slippers growing up, like why they wanted us to wear slippers. Like they just said we just don't do that. And there was no explanation.
Yes, exactly. They're just like, yeah, nope, we don't wear shoes in the house. But again, it
No.
was like one of those rules that we just lived by, but we never were told why. But now
Yeah,
we do it for cleanliness and we know why we do it. But yeah,
exactly.
at
We
least we have
always
a
have a
reason.
why. Right. Now we have a why.
Yes. Isn't
Now
it crazy how important that is to have a why?
oh my
Thing?
God. I genuinely will never understand a rule unless there's a like an explanation for that rule.
Mm-hmm.
I just it almost like it's like almost like a little trigger. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you're giving me this rule, but I want to understand why that rule is in place to begin with. Then I might be comfortable following it. Can't guarantee it.
I wonder if that's like a reaction because of our past.
100%. 100%. Because now I really don't enjoy rules that have no rhyme or reason.
No,
I'm
same.
like, forget it. I'm not following it. I'm sorry.
No, I don't even when I catch myself setting stupid rules for my kids, like, oh, if I want to tell them like, oh, you're doing this, like do it this way. Like I catch myself and I stop myself. I'm like, no, wait, like let them figure it out that way because there's probably a different way to do it.
I love it. That's full healing moment.
It really is.
I love it. That kind of segues into the superstition aspect because I was actually wondering when your parents didn't like it when you didn't wear socks or slippers, they didn't like you being barefoot. Was that also like linked to a superstition of theirs?
That's a good question. I have no idea. I wonder if it was.
Yeah,
I have
because
no clue. I wonder if it was linked to superstition. They did have weird superstitions like you're not allowed to clip your nails at night.
that's new.
I don't know why that was a thing. We're not allowed to clip our nails at night. You're like not allowed to cross over your sibling because then they're gonna
Yes,
stop growing.
yes, make that make sense.
Make that make sense. Literally, I've crossed over my sibling so many times. He's way taller than me. Believe it.
Literally, it did not.
What other ones did we have?
The
What other
weirdest.
ones did we have? Where were you? Some of yours that you had?
I actually did grow up being told that the less I wore socks, the less likely I was to actually have kids.
What?
I know they
I've
my
never heard
parent.
that.
It makes zero sense to me because it was that on top of sitting on concrete, like cold floors that wasn't carpet. That same thing was linked to like, oh, it'll like freeze your eggs.
Yes. Or like give you some bubreze, something in your bubreze.
Yes.
Or going out with wet hair is gonna give you like a brain, something in your
Yeah,
brain.
like a tumor or something.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Every single girl I went to school with on the bus to school, all of them had soaking wet hair and they got on the bus in the middle of winter. And I'm over here like spending 2 hours in the morning forcing myself to dry my hair before I go outside for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. And then I've
They
had
never
times where
got
I've gone out with barely like dried, like almost just damp hair, and it's like
Yeah.
frozen when I've gone out to the car. I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen to me?
I'm gonna
Nothing.
die.
Nothing happened to me. I'm still here.
Nothing ever actually happened.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Just like doing the laundry, separating your colors from your whites. Like
Yes.
nothing happens when you actually wash them all together.
No, I don't think I've ever separated, nothing. I'm looking at a clothes rack of clothes that I washed all together, and I see white, I see dark blue, I see green, I see dark brown.
Yeah.
Nothing changed to
As
the
long as you're
white.
not washing it on hot, I think it's all good.
Yes. Nothing's melting. It's fine. Oh my god, yes. The weirdest rules.
Oh my gosh.
The only other superstition I can think of truly is like the ones where they were like linked to illness. So like putting potatoes on the bottoms of your socks, like that's
Yes. Or
supposed to.
cabbage. I feel like cabbage was a healer of everything.
Yes, and it would be like as soon as like it was warm on your forehead, it was pulling the fever out, which like I guess in a way, like anything cold could have done that.
Girl, believe this. This happened, and this is a lore, I swear. I broke my arm. What
Uh-huh.
grade was I? Second grade. My brother and I were riding our bikes
Uh-huh.
in Germany, and I fell and I landed on my hand. So I
Uh-huh.
broke my wrist,
Yeah.
and it was literally like this, okay?
Ah,
And so clearly very broken, but like my
right.
parents were like not very like, oh, we'll just
You'll,
tough it out kind of people,
yeah.
tough it
But
out.
let it heal.
So they put a little bandage wrap around it for the
Uh-huh.
weekend. They put some raw eggs on it, cracked some raw eggs on it, put some cabbage around it, waited it out for 2 days over the weekend before they
Uh-huh.
took me to the doctor to put a cast on it because it was broken.
Stop. Raw eggs is new to me. Where did that come from?
No idea.
Oh my god.
No.
Wait, that sounds actually kind of like gross. I don't know if you're a texture person, but like raw eggs just like rubbed onto your
I don't know. I
skin.
think if she put it on like a towel or a gauze and then wrapped it around, girl, it was a
What?
whole concoction. I don't
Stop.
know, but
So did
ah,
so
it
did
was a
you
meal. My arm was a meal.
ew, literally could have like cooked in the sun. It would have been an egg roll. No.
Yeah, that
So
makes me sad to think back. But yes.
so so if that's what they use to like fix a broken arm, or at least fix it in their head,
Mm-hmm.
was your family the type that liked rakia or no?
Oh my gosh, they definitely gave it to us when we were teething.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and is that more so stemmed from the cities that your parents came from? Because I'll be honest, like I never even heard of rakia in my house once growing up.
I wonder. See, ever since we started talking about all of these conversations,
Yeah,
I've wondered if not only the cities, but I wonder if village versus city has a big, if that makes a huge difference. Because
I could see it.
while like I was like born in a city, but like my
Mhm.
parents are villagers. Like we're from a
Yeah,
village.
right,
Like
right.
they did not live in a city. Like they're villagers. So
Mhm.
I wonder if like because that's where they grew up and that's what they knew, and then they moved to a city like in Germany, but their
True.
mentality is like mountain people, right? Like
Uh,
villagers. So I wonder if, and I hope that doesn't sound like
not at
demeaning. I,
all.
I love my parents and
Right.
their
Yeah.
history is their history, and I have my own history with my family, and but they are my family, and
Right.
it is what it is. Choices were made, but they are my.
Hmm.
But I just feel like where they come from makes a difference. I
That,
think because I have
that,
friends that come from cities like Sarajevo and other cities, and they're just different.
okay. That
Their
makes a lot of
families
sense.
are different. Their behaviors are different. Their
Hmm.
histories are a little different, and I don't know if that makes a difference. I'm just wondering if
Yeah.
that has anything to do with it.
I
That's
would be I'm extremely curious, honestly, too, because based on just responses I've gotten on certain videos, like for example, the eating like food with my hands, the
so
people
normal.
who so normal, and so in my head, I'm assuming that is like universal when it comes to like Balkans in general, because I just thought we have such similar foods. I assume that we all considered certain foods like burek, like pita or whatever you want to call it, that's like a finger food. Like you just take it out of the pan and you eat it as is. But then I get comments from people who are like, nobody in Sarajevo does that. And I'm like, okay, but what about like the other smaller places, like other cities or villages in that sense? Do they just eat things differently? Because I don't remember eating kifla with a fork and a knife.
No.
I ate
Or
that.
pasteta. You take a piece of bread and you open the pasteta and you put it in and you eat it. Are you
Yes, you
kidding
don't
me?
even take. Yeah, you don't
Or
take it out of
even,
the
honestly,
can.
even the cream cheese. I don't know, the little ABC. If you eat the
Yeah, yeah,
ABC cream cheese, you
yeah.
peel it back and I take the bread and I shove it in.
Yes, there's no like taking a knife. You use the
No.
bread as the vehicle to
Yeah.
get the material in your mouth. Like,
Even like my family, my husband's family, they're Albanian.
uh-huh.
They're Muslim Albanians, and they live
Yeah,
in Macedonia in Skopje.
gotcha.
But they're the same. Like we eat everything with our hands, unless it's like a soup
Like,
that you have to eat
yes,
with a spoon.
of course, of course. And that makes perfect sense to
Yeah.
me. I was genuinely taken aback because I'm like, I genuinely did not realize that this would be such a controversial topic. Like
Yeah.
eating with hands and then cutting things up. Is like, does it really matter? And what's the big deal?
I don't get it.
It's almost like the city people, and I'm not putting like words in their mouth, but from like the few that did make comments, in my head, they view villagers as like villagers, and in their head, villagers is like a negative connotation
Yeah.
because based on their reaction to me saying like we ate with our hands, they almost seemed disgusted in a way.
And
And
that's
I'm
what.
like,
Sorry.
no, no, don't apologize. I just didn't understand where that
No.
came.
Same. And that's why when I said my parents have a mountain people mentality, like I didn't want that to be a negative connotation either, because I
Right,
don't mean that in a bad way. Like we're mountain
right.
people, we're villagers. Like I don't think that's necessarily I don't mean that in a bad way. Like we are villagers. Like I'm proud to come from where I come from. Like there's nothing wrong with that. We are who we are. Like it just is
Yeah.
what it is. It's a fact. Period.
Exactly. There's like literally nothing negative to it. Yeah. That
Yeah.
it genuinely made no sense to me.
Yeah. Same. I really don't get it. But
No,
just
me
in
neither.
general, the fact that people are upset about sharing whatever you want to share about is a whole nother story, I know, but like, just let us live.
Yeah, I know, right? And I saw a video today that I thought was like very revealing. They were like sharing your story is quite literally sharing the truth. And it only becomes like a lie if you are quite literally lying or trying to gossip. But like when you're telling your story, there's truth to the story. So there's nothing wrong about sharing a story.
Exactly.
It's like it just is what it is because that's what happened.
Yeah. And
It's
for
like
us, it's
any.
healing. It feels good to share and to express how a situation made you feel and how you may be able to help somebody else
Mhm.
come out of their situation and help them feel better. There's
Exactly.
nothing wrong with that. But
Exactly. Someone like did a whole, well, I'm sure there's several studies, but they were saying how keeping quiet is exactly what deteriorates someone who went through PTSD or CPTSD. Like keeping it all in is going to like kill you silently.
I see it
Yeah.
literally happening to somebody I love dearly.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
It's
hard.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's the
And
hardest thing.
you know, people don't understand.
Yeah.
They just want us to be quiet, which is
Yeah.
interesting. It's
Mhm.
fine. Yes. Weird. Okay, but while you were in America, again, segueing into foods, did you bring your lunch to school a lot? Like your own Bosnian foods?
So not in America, actually. When I came
Really?
here, I bought lunch a lot. I would
Really?
not even buy. Like when I was here in middle school, I would
Uh-huh.
get free lunch because I was
Uh,
like a refugee.
oh, me too. But
Yeah.
not the refugee part, more so just we didn't have money.
Yeah. We were just immigrants. We were refugees, so whatever. But in Germany, also sad. Like a lot of times I like just wouldn't either bring a lunch because like I would just like not bring a lunch. My mom wouldn't make me one. I don't know. And then the times I did bring a lunch, it would be a sandwich with, you remember that pili sausage, that yellow, like
Yes.
that
Wait.
yellow
Yes.
chicken. It's like that sausage that's like chicken
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pili on it. It's like yellow wrap.
Yeah. Yes.
It looks really weird when it's cut up, but like I would have that on piece of bread, and I think it would just be that and butter.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
think it looks weird, and I would get like weird looks from kids of when I had that. And that was in
Oh.
Germany, so I understandably, because kids ate weird stuff, I'm sure, but I don't know. That was like the only thing I remember about lunches. Is like
Okay.
I either brought nothing, something, or I had gotten a free lunch at school.
Gotcha. Okay. Did you have to learn English as soon as you got to America, or were you already starting to learn in Germany?
Yeah, in Germany they actually started teaching us super early. Like I think it was second grade where they started teaching
Wow.
it as like a second language. So I had a little bit of like introductory, but when I came here, we still had to like be tested, and we were put into like English as a second language classes. And then we
Yeah.
had some like classes that were gen ed where we were like placed into regular American classes. But yeah, I was in ESL for like all of middle school, and then high school I was like a regular student. Just
Wow.
yeah.
I'm actually very impressed that Germany was teaching super young because honestly, nobody, I feel like in America, or at least from what I remember, nobody started learning a second language until high school.
Yeah, here it was middle school, I think. They start learning
Like
Spanish
eighth
in
grade?
like 7th grade or something like that. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
I
Something
tried
like
to learn German. You would die laughing. I went for 5 years. I didn't learn a dang thing.
German is hard to learn if you're
It
learning it
is.
later.
Yes, yes. I tried so hard, but our teacher genuinely, I don't think, cared if we passed or not because she would just let us cheat on our tests. She's just like, I want to keep this in the school, so let's just like give you A's. And I'm like, none of us passed the actual exam.
No, that's terrible. That's
I
your teacher. She just wanted to keep the class.
100%.
Because there's like such few German classes, I'm sure, at this point,
Mm-hmm,
that she just wanted to keep the numbers up. Oh, poor thing.
It was quite
We had the
hilarious.
worst. Oh my gosh, we had the worst German teacher. When I posted one of my first YouTube videos, somebody that I went to high school with, I had German class with you. We had the Frau together. I was like, oh my gosh, what a memory.
Wow.
But that German teacher was something else. We all called her a ghost. She was so pale white, and her hair was so stringy and thin and white.
Whoa. Oh
She
my
was a
god.
character. She was funny, but just the stuff she taught us,
Nothing.
I don't know how any of us learned anything. I don't know that any of us learned anything. Luckily, most of us were Bosnians who had lived in Germany. Like,
oh my god.
A lot of our class just happened to be that, like either
Wow.
Bosnians or Serbians or foreigners who lived in Germany. And then maybe a couple of people who like were Americans, had taken German for a long time, or like just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we all passed, but we passed. But
Oh my god.
German teachers are, I don't know, they're like a different breed.
They are. I would almost say they're strict in their own unique way.
Yeah.
Like
Yours was strict too?
Yes. Oh my god. She was nice and ironically enough also funny, but it's just the way that she taught was so stern. And I use my hand like this because that's what it almost seemed like every time she talked to us. Like she just seemed, it sounds awful, but more like she was a leader rather than a teacher. Like she wasn't good at teaching. That's why we all like should have failed. Truly. We all should have failed because anything we ever did, we got to use our little answer sheet next to. But it was funny because she would get like mad at us when we couldn't do a speech. But I'm like, what did you expect? And she's like yelling at us in German, and we're all like, I don't even know what you're saying.
Oh
I heard Scheiser in one of them. That's about it. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh my gosh. Well, you got the important part.
Right. That's the one word I remember. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, I actually don't think this is the most lighthearted question, and you can answer however which way you would like. But what's the most Balkan punishment you ever got as a kid?
Good question.
I know, right? Because it can go like one of two ways.
I mean, I feel like the Prut is like probably my the one I remember the most. Or was it Prut or Klagia? I don't remember. It was one of the two.
I always called it a Prut, but I've heard the other one too.
It was either the thing you make pita with, or it was a stick. I don't remember which one of the two that she used, but I remember the instance. It was like, we lived in an apartment really close to a McDonald's. The McDonald's was like not even a block away. It was walking distance. And I was supposed to be home like by a certain time, and I was maybe like not even 10 minutes late. And I got the crap beat out of me with a stick. And the next day I had PE, and I was like so afraid to take my I just feel like that's the most like Balkan punishment you can get, is like getting hit with something other than your hand.
Yes.
Like a belt or a stick or some kind of object. Papucha, like something.
Yes. And they went at it. Like, were yours the type that like, and I put this in like not in a cruel way, but almost like they put their anger into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like the pent up energy or anger they had internally. It was like they tried to release it through hitting you with an object.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for whatever they had for that day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
it was never like a light beating. Cause I always try and I mean, when I was younger, I definitely tried to undermine it and like underplay like what the abuse like felt like. Because whenever I told like American friends, they were like, it never left a mark. And I was like, really? You guys didn't get marks left on your skin? Like, that's weird. No, it was more weird to actually leave a mark. But my parents didn't care about leaving a mark at all.
Oh
It's
no.
like, yeah.
Mm, yeah. No, mine didn't either.
Yeah, what is that about? I don't understand. Like, I would be scared. I feel like that's just like not something you just do. I
Especially
don't
if they
know.
have PE the next day.
Yes, like, how are you supposed to cover up?
Mm,
You can't.
I don't know. Exactly. I don't know.
And
I don't even remember like what happened like after that. Like the next
yeah.
day. I don't even remember. Like I don't know if I blocked it out or like
Hmm.
how I went to PE the next day. Like I
Yeah.
think it's one of those trauma things, right? Like you just kind of like
Covers it.
cover it up. I don't even
Yeah.
know, but
I don't.
I don't know.
I'm genuinely curious. Like, I have you ever tried EMDR therapy
Oh
before?
yeah, many times I've done
Yeah.
it. Like I got physically ill from doing it. Like
Yes.
trauma is so messed up.
Oh my God, yeah. Were you able to unlock certain memories that you had initially blocked that like you genuinely had no recollection of prior to that?
I unlocked memories that I had memories of that I didn't
Uh-huh.
know were like based on trauma or like
Really?
based in trauma. Like,
Uh-huh.
but I also had memories that came up that honestly, like I didn't have anything come up that I didn't remember. I had more things come up that I did remember that I didn't realize was trauma based. But
Gotcha.
I'm still uncovering more. I'm recently started seeing another EMDR therapist, not the same one I was seeing in the past. She was
Mm-hmm.
really intense.
Ah, yeah, that's fair.
Hopefully I don't get sick again from doing EMDR.
Right. There's like a
That was like a few years ago. It was like really, really intense that I was going through that. But um, I feel like I have healed a lot of that now,
Mhm.
which is good. So I can kind of delve into some other work
Yeah.
with
That's
EMDR. So hopefully the memories that come up in the future won't be as hard to work through.
right.
Um, but yeah, I don't so far no, I haven't had any memories come up that I haven't remembered. I don't know. Isn't that so weird to say? Like memories that you don't remember?
It's so strange because
So
it's almost
strange.
like you'll get tids and bits just like all of a sudden reappear. And you remember like the surrounding memories or like the bigger things that like stood out to you, but then like the little intricate details. Either you remember none of it or you think you remember and you can't tell if it was like an actual thing that happened or it just followed and you made it up. And it's I feel like EMDR is very good at just like solidifying like yes you remember that correctly, yes that actually happened, let's work through that rather than just assuming oh maybe I made it up or maybe it was actually a thing. But those little details are impossible. I feel like
Yeah,
they're
it
they're
really
so
is. It's like I can remember a timeline,
yeah.
but like what exactly happened in the timeline, I'm not exactly sure.
Me neither. I'm yeah, and I'm
I can
also very
I can like remember certain events and instances, but like some stuff and some memories, I don't know. Like I don't know. I know that trauma is blocks out
mm-hmm.
certain things, and because we're living like to survive in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, hopefully some of my childhood will come back.
Yeah. Hopefully in a good way.
Yeah,
That's all we can hope for.
I know, literally.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have us move into like family and home life, if that's okay.
Yeah,
So, who was stricter in your household? Did you just live with your mom and dad and then your siblings, or were other family members living there?
yeah. It was just my parents and my brother and
Okay.
and I feel like my parents were equally strict, but neither of them really like followed up on any of their threats or rules.
Oh.
So like they were equally whatever, but like neither of them followed up on anything, so it didn't really matter.
I love that. Like, you can be strict, but if you don't actually like implement what you're saying, then what like leg does it have to stand on?
Literally none. So I ended up just being myself, and then they got mad at how I turned out. So, but if you don't follow through, what do you expect?
Exactly.
And I
Were
turned out
you,
great, so I don't know what the hell she was complaining about.
honestly, genuinely, yes.
But,
Were you the older sibling?
no, I'm younger. He's 3 years older than me.
Okay. What did that house dynamic look like for you?
So yeah, it was interesting because he I know you have a question. Isn't there a question some coming up about this? I feel like so he was it was an interesting dynamic. He was the like golden egg, golden goose, whatever you want to call it.
Golden child.
Golden child. Could do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He was the hero of everything. He was mom's favorite. She likes to say she doesn't have favorites. We're both her favorites, right? Like she loves us both equally. We're the apples of her eye. But you can tell. You can tell mom has a favorite.
Always.
You can tell mom has a favorite. It's him.
Mm-hmm.
Always him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was daddy's little girl, which is okay with me because I enjoyed that role. And I was the scapegoat for sure. They liked using me as the reason for all of the crappy stuff that happened in our life. And I was also, we were both kind of the translators, but they liked to use me more for like stuff like that because, you know, he was a boy. Like, let him play video games. Let him do this. Like, come here, help us with this. Like,
yes.
Because I'm the girl. Like, girls are supposed to do the work and do the things and all the stuff. And you're useful, you know? Like, you're the worker type.
Yes.
Let him enjoy his stuff. He needs to study. He needs to do that. Like, I don't understand. Like, it was always like that. Like, my brother had to study and do the smart stuff, but I had to do the physical stuff, like, and do the work. Yeah. Oh, it makes sense now. You know what? It's clicking. My mom's dynamic in her household was very much like that. Like, she was one of 3. Her siblings got to go to school, and she was the middle child. She had to stay home and work because I don't know if her parents like didn't have enough money or just that was what they chose to do. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
So the boy and her sister got to go to school. And I think that was very common. Like, boys got to go be educated and girls like didn't always, I feel like, back in the day. I don't know if that's a thing.
That makes sense.
So I don't know if my mom's and my parents' mentality was like, okay, like boys get educated, which of course they wanted me to get educated too, but like maybe put a little bit more work on me just because like that's what they knew. I don't know.
Interesting.
But anyway.
I'm actually surprised because I feel like every time I've chatted with someone about like their family dynamic, typically the girl is older. Like I grew up as like the older one, and so what's ironic is what you just explained was exactly the same dynamic in my house, but my brother was younger. And that like never made sense to me because I actually ended up doing his homework a lot. Like they made me do his homework and his projects because like, oh my God, I am not kidding. So I was very much so like the art kid. So I was good at art and stuff. And so whenever he had an art project, which of course every kid had to do, he couldn't do it. He was more math. My parents would literally be like, go ahead and do Amel's homework. And I'm like, hello? Like I had to do this 2 years ago. Why can't he do it himself?
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Wait a second. Don't tell me. Your brother's name is Amel. And my brother's name is Maurice. The most Bosnian thing ever.
100%. Why do they think just adding an A at the end's enough? Do you know how many people get confused?
Do you know how messed up my credit was because our social security numbers only have 2 digits that are different?
No. Why do they do that? It's almost like they want to be lazy with names.
It's almost like they just want us. I don't know. But I mean, they didn't know that would mess up our credit later in life. But like,
fair. Honestly, yeah, fair. I still get my brother's mail, and he lives out in Colorado.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we're literally like couldn't have been further away, and somehow I get his mail. Yes, I'm like Amel and Amela because I never changed my last name when I got married. It's still my same. But I'm like, he literally is probably getting my mail somehow too.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because of that little one letter. That
Yeah,
is so
that happened
funny.
to us for a while too. Yeah.
That is such a Bosnian thing. That is so funny. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'd say the family dynamic really matched up regardless of whether you were the younger girl or older girl.
I think
Girls
so
just
too.
had to do everything.
Yeah, I
Did you
don't
have
get
to
it.
do all the chores too?
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much. Not all the chores, but like it was more expected of me than him.
I don't think I ever heard my parents ask my brother to do a dang thing. 100% honest with you.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
No,
Like
and then
go.
once he got a job, it was like even less then. Like,
Oh, I
forget
bet.
it.
Yeah. That's another thing. Were you guys like told that you needed to get a job when you were in high school, or were they the types that actually didn't want you to and to
Oh,
focus more on school?
we had to. It was did we have to, or did we have to, or did they encourage us to? I feel like we had to.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard both.
I don't
Like
know if we
both.
had to or if we like wanted to just because we saw them working.
Interesting.
I don't remember. But I don't remember. But I feel like my brother like wanted to get a job.
Uh-huh.
And then I wanted to work. Like I worked since I was like 14. And
Yeah.
I've worked even before then. Like I worked rummage sales since I was like 9, I swear.
I love it. Like that's so cool.
Not even. Like it's not cool. My parents would
No.
drag me at 4 o'clock in the morning in Germany because the thing in no. I kid you not. Can I tell you a story?
Yes, go for it. Oh my god, wait. I'm concerned.
Okay, so there was where we lived in Germany, there was this girl and she was doing a little rummage sale on her own at this little corner. And I was like, "Oh, can I join you? I have some stuff I could get rid of and sell." She's like, "Sure, why don't you?" I was like, "Okay, great." So I went and get my stuff, my little blanket, and I sit down with her. My parents thought that was such a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
And at the river, like the Main River in Frankfurt where we lived, which we lived like super close to it, every Saturday they would have this big old like flea market, the rummage sale, like at the river, like it would be super long, and you had to pay to get a spot to do the sale. Unless you were like 12 and under, then you could do it for free. So 12 and under
Makes sense.
over here. And so at 4 o'clock in the morning, my parents would bring all the stuff they didn't want anymore, put it all in the thing, drag me out, put me on the spot there to sit there and sell the stuff. And then they would just wander and make sure that I was all safe and like all good.
Oh my god, you poor thing. Oh.
I mean, I would probably
not...
keep part of the money. They probably like paid me part of the money to keep, like, I'm sure.
That was my
But I mean,
question.
I also wanted to, like, I at first I started to do it on my own, right, with my friends. So I'm sure that part of me wanted to do that. And then I ended up in retail later in life. So it's not like
it was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Oh my god. It was like grooming you young to be a sales. I
was
it.
an entrepreneur from very little. No. But yeah, I mean, it was primed me into my retail career. But no, I mean, they were hustlers, right? Like they hustled. They wanted us to just have enough, I guess. And they did what they had to. And I didn't say no. I guess I wanted to be there too. And I didn't mind. It was fun. And I just laughed because 4 o'clock in the freaking morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, to set me up by the river to sell stuff. Come on.
That is wild. Okay. Crazy question, but apparently like this can be common or uncommon. You working, did they allow you to keep the money that you worked for, or did they like to take the paycheck and or monitor your hours that you said you were working?
Oh, good question. Yeah, my parents let me keep my money and they never monitored me.
Really?
My parents were very hands off. They were
Interesting.
not very, like, my parents acted as if they're very strict. Like they had all these very arbitrary rules and like, you're not allowed to do this, you can't do that. But they were very hands off and they like, I'm gonna go sleep at my friend's house. I'm gonna go to Daria's house. I'm gonna go to so-and-so's house and get, for the night. I would not be there. I would be I don't have to tell you what I was doing. I'm sure you know exactly what I was doing.
For
But
sure. They were just cool with you like saying you were going somewhere and they just trusted you wholeheartedly to think, really? Okay, that's new to me too because when I think of me as a kid, like I genuinely had to wait till everybody was like dead asleep in the middle of the night to sneak out of my window very quietly because my brother and I had a Jack and Jill bathroom kind of bedroom situation. I had to make sure not only did my parents not hear me, but my brother, because he would have snitched. I would literally crawl out my window. It was a first floor house, so it's not like I was jumping off the second floor. But I would pop out the screen while like they were watching like one of those shows where it's like music, kind of like the X Factor or America's Got Talent in America. I forget what it was called in Bosnia, or at least the Balkan area. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Eurovision or something like that.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know how they usually play that thing like loud, loud?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would take advantage, go to my bedroom, knock out my screen, put it on the ground while they were doing that. That way, when I would sneak out, it would just be sliding the window open, jumping out, closing it. Like I could not go anywhere. So I was actually very, yeah, oh no, they would not let me go anywhere. If I said I was going somewhere, my brother had to come with me.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Every single time, even when I was dating like the Bosnian guy that they wanted me to date, they would still force me to have my brother with me as a chaperone.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like mine were like strict to the point where like what they said was what they said. Like they were not hands off at all, unfortunately.
I had a friend who had parents like that.
Yeah.
And it was like scary. That was the friend whose mom didn't let us laugh. But I didn't love that. And it was like really like uncomfortable to be in that space.
Yes. I bet you could feel bad energy.
I could. And like not and like even I guess it was comfortable to be like in my own home, but at the same time it was kind of like no one cared, you know?
Yeah. Very interesting. I love that. I mean, I like hearing that side of it because I was just in my own little bubble, literally. So I love to hear like how other Bosnians grew up in their house. Because from what in my head, I was just like, oh yeah, like a lot of us are strict like that. And then I hear people like not upholding their strictness in that sense.
But because like we don't like as we what am I trying to say? Family and like a strong family unit wasn't like enforced or exemplified to us. I was always seeking out other relationships and other connections elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. That makes
so
sense.
Now I'm like, well, initially it was always like, boys or whatever, or friendships. And now it's like, okay, well, now I'm married and now I have kids. And now it's like, okay, now I seek out friendships and like, where do I feel connected to and other people? And I don't know, it's now I view it in a different light, like I did than I did then. But it's now I value friendships and relationships so much more too because of that, because I see how much value they do bring to my life. I was obviously seeking out the wrong relationships and the wrong friendships, but I now see how they are so important to my life because my family didn't give me that,
Sure. That makes sense. I love that. I mean, friendships are so important. I'm not sure, like, if your parents had friends growing up, or were they more like fake friends?
They had a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you guys like hang out all together a lot, or were they the types that would only go to each other's houses without kids?
No, they had friends that I was also friends with their kids. Like we had a couple of families we had genuine friendships with. And then we had friends that like I wouldn't go and hang out with them because I didn't care.
Fair.
So we had both.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm assuming that the friends that they actually had resembled like what a typical friendship would look like, or did that also seem kind of like not as genuine as it could be?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It probably not as genuine as it could be, honestly. Like it seemed genuine, but you could tell it wasn't probably as genuine as it could be.
Yeah.
Because people gossip.
Oh yeah.
They still gossiped.
Even
if they were like, oh yeah, they are such great people. Like they still gossiped.
That's so true. Couldn't be more accurate.
Yeah. they would still talk shit and
Oh my
whatever.
god. I
It didn't matter.
honestly, that's so true. I feel like anytime I heard of a friend, they would immediately follow it with, "Oh, I hate when they do this and that." Or, "Oh, did you see what she was wearing? Oh, did you see her jewelry?" I'm like, "You just said these were your friends."
Yeah, literally. Why are
Like,
you judging?
yes, yes. And I'm like, "And you're telling me. Why me?"
Tell her if you don't like it.
Right, right. I'm like, "What do I know about gold versus silver? Hello?" I was maybe like 7 or 8. I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening right now. But okay. Okay. Um okay, what was the other question? School and friends. I actually was very curious. When you were in Bosnia, did you like reach kindergarten at that point yet, or did you immediately just start school in Germany once you moved to Germany?
So I never even went to kindergarten.
Okay.
I was we fled Bosnia. We went to Croatia for like a little while. I started first grade there, and then we went to Germany. I finished first grade in Germany,
Wow.
and then I came to America into sixth grade.
Wow. Okay. Did Germany's school when you were there, did they follow like the paddle thing where they would hit kids when they
No,
misbehaved? Okay.
no,
That's good to know. I was curious what that was like in Europe because everyone's like, yeah, that happened way back when.
not
And
to
I,
me.
right,
Not
I
in
was
my
like,
day.
right, I was
Not in
like
the
in
early
Germany.
90s.
I was about to say, like in Germany, I wouldn't have thought that would have been a thing because I heard it was a thing in America for a while. And then I heard in Bosnia that it had always been a thing for the longest time.
My mom told me that in Bosnia they would, when she was little, and she only went to school up until the third grade, I think.
Uh huh.
So, and she's in her 60s now,
Okay.
like early
Okay.
60s. So, at least whatever many years ago, 50 something years ago,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they would, if they misbehaved, they would have to put their hands out like this, and they would take a ruler and smack their hands with the ruler.
Ow.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I don't know.
What?
When
I
they like
wonder.
got it wrong, I don't know if there was like a wrong answer or if they misbehaved or I don't know when or why, but like WTF.
Honestly, I'm wondering how long that lasted then. That's why I was asking, like, if you had gone to like kindergarten in Bosnia, because
Oh,
I don't know how long that would have continued, because it
yeah.
seemed like that was such a normal thing.
And I wonder because I know my brother started school in Bosnia, and I should ask him or ask my mom if they remember if there was any punishment then.
Yeah,
Well, he was. I don't remember,
I'd
but
be
yeah, I'm
curious.
curious.
I'd be even more curious if it differentiated, like the smacking or the amount of smacking from the teacher if it was a boy or a girl.
I wonder. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know if like, well, actually, we can like kind of like bounce back. But when you were punished, were you ever as punished as much as your brother, or did your brother get less punishment, or any?
I only remember him getting punished once when he was like 6 or 7,
Yeah.
and I don't know any other time that he got punished.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That's apparently a very common theme that's happening around here. Because
Apparently.
same.
Yeah. And
That's so
I don't
strange.
know that I got punished that much, but like I definitely got like yelled at a lot more and like uh what's it called? Like guilt tripped a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
almost like like the females always ended up being not the punching bag, but almost in a way in several forms, just because they were females. It's that like that patriarchal mindset. And
yep.
yeah, I hate that
I
so
hate
much.
that
Oh, it grinds my gears.
so
Just
much.
It never made sense to me, truly, truly. Okay. Do you ever go back to Bosnia?
Ooh. I haven't been in a really long time. Like
Okay.
it's been oh my gosh. I haven't been since I graduated college since '09.
Okay.
And the closest I've gone back to is Croatia. I've been to
Okay.
Zagreb and
Uh-huh.
I've been to Skopje.
Gotcha.
And the times that I could have had the opportunity to go, which was back in high school, I wish I could have gone out more often. My mom went every summer.
Really?
And I went with her. I remember, I think I went with her once my freshman year, or was my sophomore year. And then she would ask me every summer, like, do you want to come with me? And then I said, no, I'd rather work. And instead of
Uh-huh.
like, you know, telling me, no, you're coming with me. This is your own country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're coming with me and buying me a ticket. She let
Mm-hmm.
me make the choice of not going, which
Interesting.
I don't appreciate. Like, I wish she would have been
More strict.
about that and like made me go.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. I mean,
Did your dad ever go?
he did. They never went. They didn't go together frequently, unfortunately. I don't know why.
I was curious too.
But they did go separately a few times. He went with my brother once or twice. They started fixing up our house. Like they started
Oh.
fixing up our house because they were planning to like retire there and stuff. But
Mhm. Did that ever go through?
that never happened.
Interesting.
But we did bury him there. So my mom,
Yeah.
if she ever does retire there, she can go visit him. But
Yeah.
he visited a few times. Yeah, I really wish I got to visit more. And I do eventually want to take my kids, I think, just to show
Mm-hmm.
them like where I'm from. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like I don't have a lot that like I mean, I have a house, like we have a house there and we have a little plot of land that we own, but like I don't have a lot that like pulls me
Okay.
to go back because I was so little when I left that like yeah, it's where I was born,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel more at home like with my husband's family where they're from because
That's
that's where I like truly feel my nervous system is at peace. Like
oh.
it's like where I feel like because that's where home is. That's where the family is. His family's there. When we're there, like I feel loved. I feel at home. Like his family is like the family I never had.
I
And
love that so much.
it's really nice. Like it's such a great. I you know I. Ugh, I'm gonna cry.
I
I,
know, like that those topics really just like get the tears going. I know, I'm sorry.
yeah, it's okay, but it's just something like I always wanted and never thought I'd experience. And so I felt really lucky. And I don't say the word blessed a lot because like I'm not really that religious, but I really do feel blessed like when I'm in their presence that like even the parental like piece of it, like my parents were never they weren't really there for me in that sense, like emotionally and um
It's okay.
emotionally, mentally, just like in any way that you'd expect a parent really to be there for you. Like they really weren't.
Right,
And
right.
so even when I first met his parents and hadn't even met them in person yet, I'd only met them
Oh,
online
that's
or
so
on the
cute.
phone. His mom would start calling me on the weekends just to talk to me, to get to know me. She was so sweet.
My
Never we
heart.
met in person. It was like the most organic meeting ever. Like it just felt like we'd known each other for years.
That's
And
cute.
I don't know. It's been the most wonderful experience to know them and to like have them in my life. So I just feel so lucky.
That makes
I,
my
I feel like I gained a sister too because he has a sister and she's my age and our birthdays are 4 days apart. So we're both Sagittarius and I feel
I
like
love.
we're like the same person. It's great.
Oh my god, I
It's,
love
it's so
that.
amazing. It's just great.
It couldn't have worked out better.
It really couldn't have. Like he's and yeah, I don't know. There's I could talk about his family like all day long, but
I love
that's
it.
where I feel most at home, I feel like, is when I'm there, even though I'm from Bosnia. So the last time we went there and to Zagreb was in September. So
Gotcha.
and then
Okay.
his parents came to see us earlier this year. So
Wow. That's
hopefully
nice.
we'll get to go again, but we don't know. It's kind of
Oh,
expensive to go for people.
oh my god, I imagine how that's the reason why we only went to Bosnia once my entire life. Like it was just too expensive.
You only went once?
One time. I was
Really?
15. I'm so
Oh,
serious.
oh
Only
my
one time.
gosh.
It was awful. Yes, that's a whole other story for another day. But like we were there for 2 weeks. That was like the one vacation we took in my 18 years living with my parents. And it was like a nightmare. Like it couldn't have been a worse like vacation. But like what I did like was like the food and like the animals roaming around and all those little things. But like it's almost as if they just wanted to go one time because they never expressed wanting to go any other time either, which I thought was interesting. They would say it's money based, but I feel like they could have gone individually if they really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So I was curious because I always actually hear majority of Bosnians going every summer. Like that was always
Yeah.
just their trip.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just curious as to like I guess what brings people to go every single year to the same place every single time aside from having a house there and tradition and culture and family and whatnot. But all of my mom's and dad's side of the family came to America except for my dad's one sister, ironically enough, also lives in Macedonia.
Oh,
she
cool.
she actually went out of like the reach of their entire family too and married a Macedonian man,
Nice.
and she changed from Islam to Catholicism.
Good for
So
her.
yeah, so now she's Catholic and she's extremely happy and still lives there, and there's that. But she definitely went against what we all were told growing up, to marry a Bosnian Muslim man.
Mm-hmm.
Were you also raised Muslim?
Yes, I
Yeah.
was raised to believe that.
Yeah. Do
But
you, well, I guess you keep going. I was actually wondering what you were going to say next.
I mean, I was raised to believe that, but again, like with no like enforcement of anything, with no like you're you're this, so now we're gonna go to Sunday, we're gonna go to mosque every Sunday, we're gonna go to classes every Sunday, we're gonna do this, like none of that. They're just
Okay.
expecting it. And
Mm,
then what? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm supposed to teach myself? I'm supposed to teach myself the Quran?
no
You want me
way.
to read it on my own? Because that's not going to happen.
No,
Like,
no. You
again,
literally
they
would
had these
have.
expectations, and then now what?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
So it didn't happen because I wasn't going to do it on my own.
And that's okay. I wouldn't have expected anyone to do that kind of thing on their own unless they were like genuinely motivated to do it. But I feel like when religion of not your choice, like being forced on you, typically doesn't stick
No.
most of the time.
Yeah, and I consider myself more like agnostic. Like, I believe in a higher
Me
power
too.
of sorts. I don't call it anything. I don't call it a god. I don't call it a higher being. I don't know what it is. I
Mm-hmm.
believe in something.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way.
I believe in a power of something, the universe. Like,
Me too.
but
Me.
I'm spiritual of sorts. I don't call it a god, but I don't know.
I feel that. I'm
I
the
feel
same.
like it would be I feel like it would be almost like ignorant to think that there's nothing out there besides us.
Right. Fair. Yeah, I get that. That's also why I literally align with being agnostic. Same with my husband. Like we're both like on that where like we believe in a higher being, but we couldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah.
But it's better, I feel like, to believe in something than nothing, no
Yeah.
matter what it is.
Even if it's like just love. Like I believe
Yeah.
in love. Like I believe
Right.
that love unites all. Great.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
wonderful. That's beautiful. You don't have to believe in
Yes.
anything more than that.
Exactly.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit that I like to live by.
Yes, and I think that's a freaking fine alone thing to believe in. Like just that alone, it seems very peaceful, and I feel like that is all we need.
Literally, the Beatles were right. Oh, we
Yes.
if we had
I
a
know.
little bit more love and empathy in the world, I think
We would be so much better off.
so much better. Literally.
I agree.
Oh,
Now, knowing that you were raised Muslim but with less intensiveness into it, does that mean that when you grew up and you started dating, how did that look with your parents involved?
yeah. Mm-hmm. My parents were definitely my parents definitely cared
Okay.
about me dating like about Bosnian people. Like they're like, oh, you should date somebody of your own,
Mm-hmm.
Bosnian kind or whatever.
Yep.
But the people that I knew who were Bosnian
Mm-hmm.
in my like circle of friends
Mm-hmm.
had a specific type of people, like girl that they would have liked to
Okay.
date, and I didn't fit that standard. I was
Mm.
bigger than average. I was just not their type, and that's
Gotcha.
okay. Like, I didn't want to be with those people anyway, so that was
Right.
totally fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I was chronically online, so I
Mhm.
would be on like AIM, I would be on different chat sites and stuff. But like, I, was nothing ever like that would meet people. I think I met one local person that I met, like, that I met online, that I met up with on in person. He was Bosnian, but like, I think once he met me, and also because I was like, he was a gym teacher, and he's like,
Oh,
well, I'm a gym teacher, I like to be
stop.
healthy, and I'm like, okay.
Ew. That's
I
how you
know,
approach.
like, what
Like,
the hell? I had and I'm look at pictures now, and I'm like, you poor thing, to myself, that
yeah,
I'm so sorry that people made you think you were anything but beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah.
Anything but. I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
you should have just lived your life the way you are. I'm so sorry that
Hmm.
you cared about the way you looked so much.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my God.
you just want
Did
to
I
like
spend I
hug her.
spend way too much time worrying about the way I looked instead of living my life. And that
Yeah,
makes me sad.
me too. I get
Ugh,
it. You
it's
just want to
just
hug
so
her.
pathetic. I know, I just want to hug her. And then I dated, and then I didn't date anymore. Like, I stopped dating, caring about dating Bosnians, and I stopped listening to my parents. And then I dated one person. I think I only dated one person, really, for like a long time. For
Uh-huh.
years. It was like an on-off, one of those like on-off relationships. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna marry this person. But we're fighting. Now we're not together. Now we're together. Now we're not together.
No.
That was never
No.
gonna work. And then we finally broke up for good. And then I met this guy, and then we got married.
Oh, I
After
love
like
it.
many years of dating, but eventually we got married, and he's great.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how do your okay, obviously it doesn't matter how your parents feel about him, but I was curious as to if they had a opinion that they like to vocalize to you about it.
Sure. Yeah. So unfortunately, my dad never got to meet him, but that's okay. I think he would have loved him.
Yeah.
My dad did meet my ex, which they were fine. They got along,
Really?
and he wasn't, and he was Venezuelan.
Really?
Yeah.
He had no issues with him.
Ended up having no issues with him, but I called him my friend. But they knew he was my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, come on, they had to
You
have
could
known.
just
Like, they're not
oh my
that.
goodness.
But at the end, it didn't even give a fuck. So
Yeah. No,
sorry.
I love cussing. No, I curse like a
Like,
sailor.
I don't know
You
if I
have
should
no idea.
swear on here or not. I don't know if this is appropriate. But so ended up not mattering. But then now, so yeah, my dad doesn't know him. I think he would love my husband. My mom loves him. My brother
Oh,
loves him. Like, everyone in my family, my aunt, like, everyone seems to really like him. Like, my uncle, like, everyone seems to really. But also, he speaks Bosnian because his mom was actually born in a Serbian village. So she also grew up speaking Bosnian or Serbian or whatever, Serbo-Croatian.
oh my gosh.
So he speaks it. And I don't know if he already, yeah, he must have already known it because Macedonian is so close to our language that, like, he kind of already just knew it. He, why else? They would just like, he's just a lovable guy. Like, it's almost like hard not to like him.
My heart. Oh,
He's just like a nice guy.
yeah.
He's like a humanitarian at heart. He like really cares for people. And he grew up in Macedonia, like during the war too, and like the Kosovo War. Like, he saw a lot that he probably also shouldn't have seen at a young age. And
Yeah.
his dad was on the board of the Red Cross.
Wow.
So they helped a lot, like, during the war with like bringing like water and food and stuff to like people in like camps and stuff. So yeah, they're just like really good people, and I'm really, really blessed and appreciative to know them and to be a part of their family. I know I keep saying that. I've said that already a few
No,
times.
I love it.
I can't help but repeat that over and over again because I really do feel that. Like, I just feel so happy.
That makes me happy. I'm not in it, but it makes me happy. I'm genuinely like so impressed. Honestly, I genuinely don't know many Bosnian parents that don't almost throw a fit when their son or daughter like wants to date someone outside of their culture and religion. Like, to me, like, this is so eye-opening but also refreshing to hear, because I almost expect a negative reaction when someone marries outside of the culture or religion, because it just seems like it was so emphasized growing up in almost every aspect. Like, same thing with what you were saying about, like, don't go to the park if there's boys there. In my
Mhm.
head, it's almost like, or maybe your parents probably just thought boys in general like danger, but I know mine personally were thinking they're American, not Bosnian. If they were Bosnian boys, they wouldn't care.
That was probably one of the things.
Yeah.
But also, too, I think in the end, like, because I don't want to cry when I talk about this, so I'm
Yeah.
going to try to say it with a straight face. So in the end, too, I think maybe what made a difference in my situation is that because my dad wasn't around when I met my husband, or he was my boyfriend then my husband.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that made a difference because of how my mom reacted. Because I think at that point maybe she just wanted me to like be happy and like just be
Oh,
with someone and like maybe just like, and I don't mean it like, oh, she just wanted me to be happy and like live my life, but like she just almost wanted me to like get me out of her, like, how do I say it without sounding like making her sound like mean, but like almost
no.
just kind of like get me out of her worry bubble.
Yeah. Okay. I
So
understand
that
what
she
you're
wouldn't
saying.
have me as like a thing that she needs to be concerned about, someone
Yeah.
to be concerned about. So then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, now Marissa has someone. She doesn't have to be worried about me.
Mm-hmm.
She's with, you know what I mean? She
Yes.
felt like I was safe
I
with
got you.
someone, and she
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to feel like she had to worry about me in that sense, I guess.
Right.
That
That
makes any
makes
sense.
that makes a lot of sense. No, I think you worded that just fine,
And I
honestly.
and I did always feel like I was seeking that type of relationship anyway, so I felt
Mhm.
like, yeah, I think you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Aw, well, I'm glad that it. I mean, obviously, I'm sorry about your dad, but I am glad also in a sense that it worked out the way that it did. Because I mean, you never know how else it could have gone.
Yeah.
If like circumstances were different,
Yeah.
but it worked out, and I'm glad
Thank you.
you're happy. I
Thank
am glad.
you.
That makes my heart happy, honestly. Like little butterflies in my tummy.
You're so sweet.
Oh my god, I don't want to cry either. Okay.
I know, let's laugh. That's why we're laughing. I love it.
Yes. Yep. Like do the crying tears. Like I'll do that.
Yes.
Okay, let's move into like traditions and holidays because I also feel like that is so sporadically different across again what I would assume where the parents came from. Did you guys celebrate Bairam, for example?
No, not
Really?
honestly, like we didn't in my immediate family, but like again, I didn't grow up in Bosnia. We lived in Germany. We didn't really do anything in Germany. Then we came to the US. We didn't have a lot of family here. Then my aunt moved here. And then eventually we started having little gatherings for Bairam with my aunt and stuff. But it
Okay.
was so few and far between that like it never stuck as like a tradition for us.
Interesting.
And
And
so I feel more connected to like the Christmas holidays, the
yeah.
holidays, the actual holidays.
That's fair, honestly.
Ever since we moved to Germany, even because that was we moved there during the holidays.
Mhm.
So it was already Christmas, it was lights, it was candles, it was cookies, everything. Christmas
Yeah.
markets. And then we came to the States again, it was like December 8th when we came here. So it was, or again, right around the holidays.
Wow.
And then when I started working in retail, holidays are huge. So I was always in malls and around that. So, and I always loved that season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's always been like a special time for me that I've always associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, even for our kids, I try to make that like a special time for them, a magical time for them, because that's what I associate it with.
I love that. That
Yeah.
makes me happy too.
What
I
about you
love it.
guys? Did you celebrate Bayram? What was it like for you?
It was we did the whole where all of the relatives would like give the kids money, except the money that I got, my mom pocketed. So for me, that wasn't a
For
positive part
you?
of
Or
life.
like she would keep it for herself?
No, she would keep it because I never saw the light of day of it. Oh yeah. She would always just be like, "Let me take it," but that
Wait,
never.
you asked me about that earlier with the job. Did you ever have a job, and did your mom ever keep your money?
Oh my god. Okay.
I know I'm backtracking, but I gotta.
No. It's totally okay. So what's funny is the way that my parents were strict is they would literally ask me because they never trusted anyone, including myself, it seemed. They would never trust when I would say I'm working these hours. So they would quite literally ask me to print out my login sheet for clocking in and clocking out. They also would ask specifically for printed out pay stubs to see how much I was getting to match up the hours that I said I worked. And yeah. And they didn't keep that money when I started working because I was like 16 to 18 before I moved out. I was trying to save money to go to college, but also save some of that money to move out because I was planning it like prematurely. So they didn't take that money away because in their heads, like that's money that we won't have to give you, that you pay us back. You're just going to pay with it with your job. But I was tracked very heavily and strictly. Like I couldn't lie about like how many hours I was working. If I wanted to take an hour and like disappear, my mom would just show up because she tracked like the GPS on my phone 24/7. Oh yeah, the only time I could like when I would sneak out, and this was like when I was like 17, when I was sneaking out, I would leave my phone at the house. Yep, because at some point I could imagine her waking up in the middle of the night and checking, or just like walking into my bedroom at some point. Like that was always a fear. Oh yeah. I
Cow.
know. I know. When I mean like strict, I mean like to the point of like psychotic, like obsessive.
Ooh.
It never added up to me because I never gave her a reason to not trust me then. And I remember at 17 is when I started getting like sick of not being able to go anywhere. So I started sneaking out in the middle of the night.
And then
And that was that. But like for Bidem, yeah, she would like take the money. But we would actually celebrate every time.
that's so
Every
mean.
I know. It
I
was
don't know
funny
what's
though because
worse, like being that strict or like not having, like being too lenient. Like
I know.
I guess
Right.
neither is really good. Neither is.
Yes. I would agree. They both have like huge negatives, but in their own way.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we celebrated Bidem and in forms Ramadan, but not like as like we wouldn't be the ones fasting.
Yeah.
But there were my grandparents, the ones that were like alive with my mom's side, they celebrated Ramadan like strictly. And
Mhm.
then my dad's parents died when he was really young, but like my dad's aunt, like his sisters, my aunts, would also celebrate Ramadan, which was always interesting to me because, and this is like another question I was going to lead us into, but like to celebrate these types of things that were more like Islam related, majority of Islam would say like you're not supposed to drink alcohol or eat pork. But what I noticed was that my dad's side of the family celebrated those things, but they ate pork and they drank a lot of alcohol. My mom's side would celebrate the same thing, no alcohol, no pork at all. So like it was just so like black and white, but they somehow share the same celebrations. And they would always make like the traditional desserts like baklava or urmashitsa, like those types of things.
Yeah.
But we would 9 times out of 10 spend Bidem at my grandma's house in Louisville because they just lived in Kentucky, like 2 hours south. And then the other holidays like Ramadan and stuff, we would actually go to my dad's sister's house and like celebrate. But like us as kids, like me and my little brother we didn't do like Ramadan fasting. We didn't know what Bidam was. No one ever explained what the point of that holiday was. Like, I just knew of the names and that was it. So, like, we
Yeah.
celebrated, but also I only had the connotation of, oh, you fast for Ramadan, we go to their house.
Yeah.
Oh, for Bidam, we get money, eat desserts,
Yeah.
and we just do that at grandma's
Yeah.
house. But that's it.
I don't know which one you do the lamb for. You know, you're supposed to kill a lamb for one. You're supposed to do some other stuff for another one. I don't know which one's which.
Oh my, yes. Oh my
I
God.
just know you're like, yeah, you get money, you eat, and that's it. You get
Yes.
together with family. You
That's
give gifts.
another, yes. That's another thing that I thought was traumatizing. Did you also see like a dead lamb churning over a fire?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
To this day, Marisa, I'm so serious. I will not eat lamb. I can't stand the smell of it anymore because of seeing that.
Oh, see, lamb is actually my favorite meat.
I
Oh,
wish I
lamb
liked
bison
it.
burgers, man, it's so good. It like
I
melts on
know.
the tongue. But no, seeing it churning on the thing is traumatizing. Like with their little head, like
Yes. Oh my
It's so
God.
sad. I don't like it.
It's like ingrained into your head.
Uh-huh.
Me too. I
I don't
like
like it.
bison too, but I don't remember seeing a bison being turned over at like
No,
a
but
fire.
bison burgers are bomb.
They're so good. I prefer bison tacos over beef now, but
Ooh,
like
never had a bison taco.
so good. So good. I mean, you'd have to like make it yourself because I feel like most places don't like use bison for tacos.
Ooh, I'll have to try that.
Yes, but that was another thing. Did your family grow up, even though you grew up Muslim? Were you allowed to eat pork?
We were allowed to have like pepperoni pizza.
You were?
Yeah, that's like the old, but like we would not buy like a piece of pork and cook it.
Right. That's
But
fair.
pepperoni
Okay.
pizza, like pepperoni pizza was it. Like or sausage pizza, like pizza
Interesting.
supreme. Supreme
Uh-huh.
pizza, like my brother would buy supreme pizza, like that. It was like everything on it,
Yeah.
sausage, pepperoni, and everything else. Like bomb. That would be it.
Interesting. And they
But
didn't
that was as
mind.
far as it went.
Okay, I got you. So a little like less strict on it, like it was a little more lenient on depending on what it was.
Yeah.
Got you.
And that was
And then
only
was
like in our house. Like I don't know, like if I don't know.
other.
Like yeah, definitely not my uncle's house. My dad
Yeah.
definitely not. But like
Yeah.
in our household, we were allowed. And like in
Oh.
our house now, like my daughter loves pepperoni pizza, so I let her eat it. Sometimes I'll buy like turkey pepperoni, but every once like whatever, I don't care if you order it.
Mhm. Fair, fair. Now it's more of like a health thing for me. Like I don't eat as much. Like I don't eat pork unless it's on pizza as well. Like it's just like more of like a health reason though, just because it's higher in fat. But like
Yeah.
I've never really related it to religion.
Yeah.
But it's the
Same.
same thing with like alcohol. Were you guys allowed to have alcohol? Did your parents drink alcohol?
Did they? Did he?
Both
Girl.
of
Girl. Mm. Mm. So there's some stories there.
Oh my gosh.
My mom did not until I was maybe like 15 or 16 till they let me drink.
Interesting.
At 15, I got wine coolers for my birthday.
Stop. What?
At 16, my dad would buy margaritas or margarita mixes and tequila so I could make margaritas for us.
Oh my gosh.
For us, meaning my mom and him and me. Like,
And you all would just like drink together.
yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
get like drunk together. Not I wouldn't get
Stop.
like drunk with them, but like they would, and then I would just be there and like having drinks with them.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
And then my dad though, completely different story. He had been drinking since he was like probably able to reach the bar.
Oh.
You know, in Bosnia you can drink since you're like ever for since
Yeah.
you're like, little. So my dad had a big problem with that, and that's a big part of my story that we don't have to get now, but yeah, big problem in Germany. We went through a lot with that, and a big problem when we moved here too with that, and eventually he stopped. And I think he stopped cold turkey, which I
Wow.
think has a lot to do with why he maybe went downhill.
Yeah.
Like the pressure. I think it has a lot to do with a lot.
Yeah.
A lot to do with a lot.
Yeah.
Depression, like
Just everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So I also dealt with a lot of that myself. Like I had a problem with drinking too. Obviously, if I started that early, how could I not?
Right.
And unfortunately, so
I feel you.
I had to stop a while ago too. Like I think when did I stop? I think I stopped last year finally, like for good. Like I stopped drinking heavily for a while, and then I like stopped for good last year, just because like I had one instance that just made me feel like, why do I just keep doing this to myself?
Yeah.
And I decided like enough is enough. I don't need to do this. I feel much better when I'm sober. I just don't like it. I make bad decisions. I make bad decisions when I'm drunk, and it just makes me feel like I'm out of control. I'm not in my body, and I don't need to do it. So it's bad for my health, literally, mentally and physically. It's bad for my health. So why? Why?
I get it. I genuinely think there's a tie between like trauma stemmed as a child, like a young child, and for some reason, to me, it's more so like alcohol, because I feel like that was where that was more so immersed into Balkan culture. Because I stopped drinking alcohol like only, I think, 4 years after I started, because I also went down like a very dark spiral very fast.
I
Like,
wish I did it that fast. I wish I could have stopped after 4 years. Wow.
I also think
Good
it
for you.
really does make a difference when you do start, though, truly. Because I didn't start till I moved out. So, like, my first time was when I was 18 when I started drinking alcohol, versus, like, I know kids who were even younger, like 13 to 15, that were drinking. And to this day, they can outdrink me, I'm sure, like, in 2 seconds than what I could do way back when, because it just looked different. The years,
Mhm.
I think, do make a big difference. And then brain development, too. I think
Unfortunately,
there has to be a tie,
I
truly.
think so too.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't know why it's always alcohol, man.
It's the worst.
I know, I know. Okay, I want to finish with like a deeper question.
Okay.
Okay, so how differently did you choose to raise your kids based on how you were raised as a kid?
I love this one.
I love it too. Knowing that you're a good mom, like I'm very excited to hear how you respond.
You're so sweet.
I can tell you are. You just know.
Oh my gosh, I keep moving my thing. You're so sweet. Okay, so my parents had a very work only mentality. Their main goal was always to provide, bring money in, put a roof over our head, put money on, like, move food on the table, money, and all that.
Yeah.
They neglected our mental health, our emotional health. They never spent time with us, and they just kind of like let us be free range. Sorry,
No, it's okay.
they let us be free range kids, pretty much, and that led us to just kind of not be very stable.
Yeah.
So I am making a really big effort to work on doing the opposite. Not exactly the opposite, but I'm really working hard on enjoying the little things with my kids. Like, I quit my corporate job this year because I literally couldn't. I had a mental breakdown, and I decided that it wasn't worth it for me anymore. Like, I wasn't spending quality time with kids. I was spending time with my kids every day, but the time I was spending with them was not quality. Like, I was yelling at them, I was mean to them, I was always stressed, I was always under pressure because of whatever I had to do, following up the next day or whatever it is that I had to do. I don't know. Just always under pressure because of what I felt like I needed to do in the house, at work, or whatever. So I decided that they were way more important than my job. Yeah. And I made them a priority, and I made myself a priority. So now I look at it from a different lens. I look at it from, I don't want to be consumed by work. I want to be consumed with memories with my kids. So I enjoy the little things with them now. Like, I look for moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I noticed their little dimples that I haven't noticed before. Oh my goodness, like, that is so cute. And then I enjoy things that when she does a cool gymnastics move that I haven't noticed before, I was like, oh my goodness, that is so cool. Or just anything that they do that's new that I haven't noticed before, I enjoy to the fullest. Yeah. I don't want to let little moments pass me by without noticing them with my children. Like, literally the little things, like hearing nature, taking a walk. While those things sound so simple and everyday, they are simple and everyday, but I want to enjoy them with my kids. I don't want to just do them and let them pass by like I was doing before. And not to say that people who have a job can't do those things. I know that people can. Right. But when you've had traumatic experiences and you've lived through trauma and you are living to survive, you can't enjoy things. You can't enjoy life. You're literally living in fight or flight.
Yes. Yeah. The whole
So
time.
I had to take time to regulate my nervous system and regulate my own emotions and myself,
Mhm.
to then be able to give that to my kids, to help them regulate and be like good. I don't know
Right.
how else to
Yeah.
put it.
No, that's
Because I feel
okay.
like however I am reflects on them.
For
I don't
sure.
want them to be stressed and to be, running in fight or flight. So I have to fix me in order for them to be. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they appreciate that too.
I hope one day they'll see that I'm giving them the time that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I do still have a job. I'm just working a lower, much lower stressed job within the community that's giving
Right.
me more freedom to be with my kids, and it's just a lot more flexible, and yeah, a lot more time that I get to spend with them, which is what I needed and wanted. So
Time's
yeah,
priceless.
yeah, it really is. And I'm giving them the emotional and the emotional support that I feel like I lacked and I
Mm-hmm.
needed when I was growing up. And we're hoping to also encourage them and to speak up for when they, when they need to, and want them to be brave enough to speak up for stuff that they feel is important without
Mm-hmm.
being afraid of us,
Yeah.
and to express their emotions and their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll still guide them with restrictions when needed. We just want them to be like happy and healthy
Yeah.
individuals
I love
in
that.
whatever way, in all the ways that they can be.
Right. I would hope in the future that they would also recognize the efforts. I would imagine. I How old are they again?
They're turning 7 and 9 in October, so they're 6.
Okay. Do you plan to or feel like you're thinking about telling them what your childhood was like in the future so that they like get an idea, or would you rather that be more so something that like you keep to yourself? Because the reason why I ask is more so just like they sometimes kids don't realize like how they have it until like you tell them like, oh, but I went through this, and not to be like comparing, but more so just give them an idea of this is why I did that.
I love that you asked that question. Um, they they already can see my relationship with my mom.
Okay. So they're like observing almost.
They're observing and they're sensing, and they have a very good intuition as kids already on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And they can sense that things aren't great.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they hear me talking. Like I'll tell them things. I already have started talking to them about stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So they know.
So
They know.
they know. I mean, they know that. I mean, they don't know everything. They know
Right.
certain bits and pieces. Like
Right.
they know Dido isn't around. They don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell them
Mm-hmm.
how he went,
Mm-hmm.
but they know he's in heaven.
Right. Right.
Um, Eventually they'll find out how.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell them eventually. But they
Yeah.
know that. Um, they know that Mimi and I don't get along great. They know
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't have a great childhood. They know that her and I didn't always. They know that her and I didn't always get along great.
Mm-hmm.
So they know that I'm making a really big effort for them to have a really, great relationship with me.
Mm-hmm.
They know I'm trying really hard. Like there's certain things that they do know already about like my past and how I'm trying to make a really big change in their life. They know I go to therapy twice a week.
I love
I
that.
signed my son up to go to therapy every other week. Like he doesn't he started, he's like building a rapport with her, like so,
Yeah.
But I feel like it's important for them to know these things because nobody's perfect, and they deserve to know that I'm still working on myself and that I'm doing this because I want them to have a better life too. Like this isn't
Yeah.
just for me. This is for them too. This everything I do reflects on them. Like, mommy, I know your YouTube channel exists, and like I want to hear the videos one day and like what they're about, because they are like mental health related, and I think that's interesting to her. But like right now, she doesn't have any idea how she would relate to it.
Yeah.
But it's cute that she cares enough to like even say that to me, because
Yes.
it's like cheesy. She's like, "Mommy, I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to watch your videos one day." Because she
My
watches like different little kid vloggers and different like
Mhm.
stuff now. And she's just so freaking adorable when she says it. I'm just melt. Like,
I
oh.
love it. Well, she has a good example to go off of. I think like even you may not even be as aware of like her being as like sweet as that probably stemmed from you. Truly. Like that's the only thing I could think of. That's what I would
Yeah,
think.
and the sassiness too.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little bit of
Yeah, no, and I
that.
love it. She's gonna be great. I love that she's gonna be able to talk back and stand
Yes.
her ground, because in this
Yes.
world of patriarchy, we're gonna need it. She's gonna
Yes.
need to have a little bit of sass in her.
100%. And that's like another thing. Like we weren't allowed to talk back growing up. So it's nice that she has her voice and it's going to stay her voice. And the fact that you didn't follow in your parents' footsteps in a way to like bring her down, like or to shut her up in a way or to silence her. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you're not doing that already makes a huge difference, I feel like, in a girl's confidence specifically.
Mm-hmm. Or,
Huge.
yeah.
Honestly.
She's not good. She's not quieting. she's she's herself. She's
I
on
love it.
her.
I love it so much. I do. I
Yes.
do.
It's,
I would talk all day. I truly would.
no, I would
I would
too. I
love to.
swear. I can't wait for us to meet up again, hopefully.
Yes. No, 100%. We will. We will. We will have to schedule something again. Is this how we end it? I'm sad.
I guess. I don't know either. I am too.